So yeah, everyone's an expert on the internet. Let's see if Stewie will have a star role in these proceedings. Train will be the first map of this match, and it's going to be Moose to kick things off here on the CT side for eUnited. Dapper trying to hold things down as well. Nothing but headshots here from eUnited.
Wow, I don't even get a chance to speak and it's over.
Don't really know what happened, yeah.
It's already over. They've got crushed. And yes, SK are definitely a team that are fantastic, but they should certainly give the respect. I think eUnited have earned the respect. Obviously, SK's debut as Stewie in the league, they started off that day with 4 games and 4 losses, so it was a really rough start to the league. So SK are in full recovery mode. However, starting off the T side with poor economy, they will force Bite up with no bomb plant. We'll see how far that gets them. United were pretty good. Like one of the reasons why they've had some good success recently, I think, is just due to the lack of. I wouldn't even call it lack of respect play, but I feel as though they just don't. They play the same against everyone. They want to play an aggressive game, and it sort of doesn't really matter who they're up against. And that's the best way to do it, really.
Looks like Stewie has evolved into Stu.
Oh man.
He changed his name on ESEA.
Really?
As well. To Stu. From Stu.
Young Stu.
Valve won't let him change his name though. He'll have to be Stewie 2K for the majors. Although some people they will heed that and keep their name everywhere. But there's nothing really to stop you from changing it elsewhere.
This is true.
You know, Automatic had a period where he was Han, he was HAHN, which was a thing. And then went back to Automatic. I better make sure I pick my nickname before I play in a major.
Jay Bizzle.
Maybe that. Okay, we should disappear for a year, James, and see who could get to a major first.
Go your separate ways and just
just stream every day, 10 hours a day.
Deathmatch.
Grinding. That's a great spray from Moose. That's a great spray. Grade A spray.
Spray him like the breeze.
So SK now with the full Glocks, the full save. Nothing all that interesting really going on thus far. Perhaps we'll see another grade A spray as they make their way in to attack these bomb sites. And it's not looking too happy. Dazzle will get himself the first frag. Multiple opponents, he will handle it well. Down to a myth. Well, he's dead, but he did good jamage.
Jam sandwiches.
Jamming. I hope you like jamming too.
Thames and Jam.
Jamming. I haven't listened to Bob Marley in a while. He's a legend. He's a ledge.
I don't like
Well,
that.
he was, at least. You don't like him?
No, ledge.
Oh. Anyway, we don't have time for your opinions because we are moving into a very fast round here. SK looking to get themselves an opening kill quite quickly here. Just bursting into the outer bomb sites. And it's working out fairly well here. The AKs, the deathmatch mode is successful. It's proven to be good. But maybe Moose is about to start jamming all over Fallen. Fallen is running along the top of the train here, unbeknownst to him. There is a Moose lurking, but how covert can a Moose really be? Moose will give up his position momentarily now as he looks to find an engagement, but you've got to pick a good one, and you've got so many players to find. Now your element of surprise is given up, and you still have 3 players to frag. Famas versus AK. No, thank you. 3-1, or 1-3 for SK as they put the first round on the board with an explosive round. That's a pretty standard way to do it.
Yeah, very standard. Just bird come out. T-Con tried to kill the guy crossing E-box, so the ladder guys are able to come down quickly. It's a nice fast strat. Works out well. Get out in between grenades.
Yeah, I'm a big fan, especially because you know you're up against Famas's. The AK is so good, and there's ranges. We can play some deathmatch. But now the double ops are out, and I love that as a response. It's a lot of money, but I think it's going to work out well for them.
Yeah, they can't do that same strat. Like they couldn't scrim out again versus ops like this.
And they know one AWP is on A because of the wallbang attempts. The other AWP is on Dapper. And Dapper is on Ali. He's deep. He's all the way deep. He's as deep as you can go on Ali. It's all the way in. And, okay, he's going to go back and allow Moose to take over the push. I love that with the rifle. Fallen is waiting, or is he? Is he aware that this can be a possibility? He had the flash, so surely he must know. The flash actually kind of gave the game away. Fallen will get the kill with the superior angle. And maybe that will now give SK the confidence to pick a bomb site and go.
They might read this because they saw Fallen was here, and this is not where you hold push. This is where you normally throw your nades. So if they see this outside, I mean, it might do something. They're actually committing a version of the fake, which helps. Cold Zera is actually out there with Stewie. But actually, I'm not even sure what they're doing with the bomb.
So maybe trying to play against the rotation, although they haven't fully committed. You can see the Ace is still here with the AWP with 20 seconds left. That's a massive frag by Cold Zera. Ace is alone. They know roughly where he is, and he does not have the numbers advantage by any means. Stewie does not need 2 peaks, just the 1 for the headshot. That's the second round on the board for SK, and they've broken the money of eUnited.
I wonder if that strat was designed to go just wherever the entries come from, or if they're going to commit 2 outside and then send the 2 inner as a double fake, and then just always send the bomb ladder. But it looked like very versatile. You could make that on-the-fly adjustment easily.
Now just pistols. It's a sad time. The misery might be brief. Do you feel like eUnited are... I mean, on Inferno, I think we all feel as though they can pretty much beat anyone on Inferno on their day, but is Train a map like that for them?
I'm really not sure how confident they feel about their Train. I wouldn't feel confident versus SK on Train. But this is basically just a bunch of question marks for them, for us, for the viewers, as to what maps will still continue to be good for SK. I know this is a really good map for Stewie, and a really good map for SK in general. Stewie is extremely useful on this map, in my opinion. Probably the most important, because he would be the one to go aggressive at Ivy, play solo inner, all at the same time, and op as a secondary. So he's very versatile on this map as well.
Can do it all.
AK rescued by Dazzle. See if he can put it to good use. This will be, well, it could be quite a cerebral match of Train. We've seen that United are most certainly a unit, but SK are the units. They're the G units. Which one is Tony Yayo? I'll leave it up to you to decide. No full buy just yet for eUnited. They're looking to rescue their economy somewhat more. Dapper playing the blind spot, but as you can see, SK are expectant. They have a good, seems that they have a good idea of what might be possible here in terms of the eUnited situation. No weapons fired just yet, so they'll need to identify if this AK has been brought around or what the situation is. CZ's on Train, very dangerous indeed. Minute 15 for SK. They'll need to start getting their skates on now.
There it is, the push on Ali as well. Dapper's asking questions. Fernal starting to edge his way out, shimmy his way past the first Train. He's going to find a frag and Dapper will get caught out on the push. So ultimately that's the round more or less diffused by SK Gaming, or rather sort of any danger diffused. So now it's a question of whether eUnited can keep hold of this AK. Maybe even multiply the amount of AKs on the team. I wonder if SK are interested in hunting. They have decent money, so maybe they would feel it okay to sacrifice 1 or 2. Try to find this AK. Take it out the hands of Dazzle. Reclaim it.
adopt it.
Does not belong to the CTs.
Guess we found out that that's not spam.
Yeah. That's hilarious. That was good. I like that. That was really good.
Oh, they got that AK too.
Wow,
Boom.
that's pretty cool.
Big find.
That's actually, that turned into a really good round by getting another AK to save. 2 AKs AWP, 2 M4s. Oh, 2 AWPs. 2 AKs, 2 AWPs, M4. That's a good look. Double AWPs for SK2, Fallen and Cold. It'll be interesting to see what they can find with it. It's a fine art to play the AWP on the T side of this map, and 2, there's not even that much space for 1 sometimes.
Yeah.
They're just going to walk straight out though, so this could work out.
Yes. Dazzle think he spotted a player on the high ground, but what do the CTs make of that? That's going to cause Relics to rotate and hold the high ground of the AWP around connector. We've got Moose in the heaven position. Dapper playing close to main as SK continue to move into parts unknown. As far as the CTs are concerned, surely they are not prepared for Fer to be in this position. It's an awkward push if he goes up the ladder, but there is a player on the train opposite. Oh, he's jumped by accident, but Moose hasn't heard it. And that is a free kill. IV player now. Oh, Ace has missed his shot, and this is collapsing around eUnited.
What can they do to save this? Oh, Dazzle's got a good drop onto Fer, and that's going to be an opportunity now to try to bring himself some positioning to maybe attack the bomb train, but the smoke will deny positioning towards Ali, and that kind of shuts out a good chance here. They're going to have to go through the old bomb, and that's going to be tough. Re-smoke onto Ali, I believe, and United not really left with too much to work with. The money's in a place though that if they save 2 guns here, they will be able to even get an AWP into the next round and keep, you know, guns alive for the entire team. So surviving with 2 is a very big deal here. And they'll do so with that frag. I think they've secured that. 5 rounds for SK. SK doing a great job.
Yeah, he is. Oh, can't get to it. I'm curious, but that was a very, very confusing round. It must have been for United, like, because Dazzle pushed inner, fell back. We saw Coldzera jumping up. Looked like it might have been an inner hit. So they try to get the information. But SK, with the 2 ops out, it just seemed like they were going to wait for a kill, but instead decided to go outer quickly and just focus on holding that inner flank with the AWP. They actually rebuy into the double ops. Wow. It's just not something you see every day. Rarer sights.
The big guns, literally. AWP is an unreasonably loud sniper rifle in real life. It's shockingly loud, even with headphones on. 2-round lead for SK now. We'll see if United can change their fortunes with this buy. There was a leak in the pipes in the previous round, and that's not the best start for trying to catch the player, making his way towards Pop Dog, and that it can be good to condition CTs not to go there, which makes life easier for the Ts. He will get traded, but what is the value there for SK? That is the question. Relics alone now in the B bomb site. Dazzle will be the man around connector with the AK-47, so this may be a tall order for Relics should the push come in from SK.
Oh, nice. There's some good chunky damage. Follow up with the incendiary. Oh, hello. Very nice flick from Relics. Oh my god, he's just too strong. It's actually the Flames to take the frag, but he was on the mark anyway. 1 AWP and 2 rifles here for eUnited to stop the bomb from going down. Fallen and Cold though, that is a strong duo to deal with.
Oh. He wanted to take the peek, but it was too much of a trek.
They've got the time, but they don't have the personnel. Although if you have Fallen, then maybe you do have the personnel, but he also needs time, and that is continuing to tick. Once he engages the first player here, there will be plant pressure. But is Ace focused on the A-bomb site? He will be now, but Maybe that's the window. Fallen needs to get the bomb down. All three CT players rotating from the back, and where does Fallen head? Going to play around the bomb train for now. Try and give himself as much cover as possible to avoid the trade situation. Not expecting pop. That's a great start onto Dazzle. Dapper and Ace remain, and he's really not expecting them to come from this direction. And together they come, not splitting up. And both AWPs will be rescued. Round number 4 for eUnited, but it was a costly one.
That was cool. Certainly he was expecting old bomb, maybe ladder late or something like that, but the big rotate into Ivy seemed to be a good play for eUnited. That round was a great hold though from Relics. The off shot he hit, the grenade he threw early on, the flash that actually delayed 3 people from going down that rush, and then the Molotov kill as well. All his utility paid off in dividends.
Ooh, fast outside here from SK perhaps. All just running in towards that teammate position and just waiting a little bit in case of counter grenades. But they want to burst. Will Relics be good in this position? This is the first. Spotted, has to drop off onto the ladder. Trying to slow them down with counter grenades, but the frags are coming for the SK side. They don't seem to be stoppable at this point. A very strong push, 1 by 1. Fur is going to annihilate the defense. Wow. From Relic's perspective, it felt like his team was completely helpless. That's kind of how it looked. Just helplessness.
Well, at least there's something. If not the gun, then the kills. Round number 6 coming the way of SK. And SK players coming the way of Dazzle. Although we've seen him save the LWP before. He's a dab hand with it. But saving one gun might not be enough against the likes of SK. Only got 2 bullets left. Might want to be careful about that. And indeed, it's never ready after that reload. 6-4 in favour of SK, and the money's been more or less broken for eUnited. They're definitely back on the eco for sure,
This is nice. Oh man.
Fur is just a beautiful human being.
He's an inspiration. He's an inspiration. Ooh, love to see this. Quick 4-man push up the ramp. And Siri's a bit surprised. Oh, lining up a little bit for Fur, but he actually did a decent amount of damage there. 2 kills is pretty good. I feel like best case most of the time.
Nice.
Nice.
7-4. So here we go. Buy once more. Dapper limited to the Scout. Very usable weapon. But maybe not against the likes of, well, Cold Zero. I was going to say Fallen, but Cold Zero will be using the AWP for the time being. Mixing things up. Many capable snipers on the SK side, Stu included. And again, it seems the idea is, oh no, that's not good.
Oh,
The
yeah,
Blockerino, that's awkward. Often happens to me on Cash, trying to smoke off the warehouse. Relics close to that smoke. He's in an advantageous position, manages to avoid the flashbang. Spots Cold Zero making his way out, but he escapes. And somehow gets the kill out of it. Who better than Cold Zero to do that? But Bolt's, look at the position he's got into. Oh, Ace could get taken out as well, but Dapper's in position to trade. Headshot with the Scout. Had to be the headshot, and it was. Is Ace feeling the pressure? I do wonder.
It's definitely looking a little bit tough now for SK because I mean, they have time to salvage it. That's the one thing sort of working in their favor here, but difficult. This needs to be a 1 duel, but it will be a lost one for Fallen. And with that, there may be no chance here now for Cold. Fallen had to create some space here. They don't know where Cold is, and there's only 3 of them left. They can't look everywhere, so perhaps there's a potential that he can find a blind spot, and it could be the ramp here. As Dazzle's going close to the upper position, there is actually a window, but he's going to walk straight into Dazzle. Will the gun be out? Oh, the quick scope is in, but no time to pull the trigger. Dazzle will get the frag, and that's another round for eUnited. Lots of money for SK though.
Yeah, the counter grenades were perfect, and they actually messed up their site Molotov, and it landed in T main. But it was really the smoke that was good, that obscured vision, and they really tried to force their way out because they had committed all of their utility. But once that first kill happened and the rest of them were stuck in blind, they decided to cancel, which I actually think was probably a good idea. They lost anyway. Good shoulder peeks, so as not to get shot.
Short opening here from the T side of SK. Working a default. That is a beautiful catch. Ace is a respectable AWP player. Sniping has been really good, at least in ECS, from what we have seen.
See if they can turn this around at United. Get momentum in their favour. They've got the pick, but running around is not that easy versus the likes of SK, who aren't shy to run the clock down. Will eUnited get hungry for information? They've got 2 players deep in the B bomb site on this occasion, Relics and Dazzle, around the bomb train. And then the 3 towards A. There's a smoke towards Ivy. That might help them get the bomb down later on, but they need to start moving quickly.
Finds the right angle, but will he find the next one? I don't know. He's being attacked from the side. He does! Oh wow, he's got perfect peaks there until the 3rd player arrived, but he's done enough damage, and Cold doesn't have enough to support him there. So United will indeed pick up the round and stabilize as SK's money's been eliminated. This is a beautiful kill. I don't know that I've seen that really. That might be the first time I've seen someone make that frag. Maybe.
You don't have to often see jump
I've seen it a few times.
Maybe I just have really bad memory though.
It's not the most common angle, but you do see it from time to time. That looks like a very deliberate smoke, but the gimmick doesn't work out for the CT side. And Moose is going to miss his shot. This is a disaster for eUnited. How do they get back into this bomb site? Fur avoids the flashbang. There is serious heavy weaponry here on this SK Gaming side, and they've got such a man advantage that how do you avoid getting traded? Dapper taken out as well. Ace and Relics, surely it is a safe situation. 2 versus 5. They need to get out of there.
And they will. But as you say, the losses were pretty dramatic, and the panic up from Moose. I mean, had he got maybe even one kill, I wonder how different things could have potentially looked there for the retake effort. You never know.
It all started with the gimmick smoke on the ramp.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure how that looked from the T perspective, actually. Because it seemed like it was doing its job. It seemed like that was the purpose, that there was like a gap that...
Yeah, it's just not wide enough that you can play with it a lot. And the tracers, that's like...
Yeah.
You could probably get your first 2 bullets off and then leave, but I think he was just hoping they didn't 3 or 4 people cross right away.
On the plus side, it's the last round of the first half, so the damage is limited from the eUnited perspective. Close score so far. Dapper on a scout once again, alongside the double AWPs. See if he can land another headshot, or if he'll be popped by the AKs of SK. Issue with an M4. You do still on rare occasion see a T player pick up a CT rifle over an AK, but it is rare. It was more common when the silenced M4 was more popular. Well, I mean better. Minute 10, Fur's been picked off. I expect another slow round from SK Gaming. But how do they get into this bomb site?
Looking to make it work here, slowly pushing with the grenades. Molotov to clear some of the close places. Moose looking above, standing large and in charge on the bomb train. Couple kills for him, and there's not too much Fallen can do. eUnited 7 rounds at the end of the first half, and 8 for SK, so pretty open game after that one. Pretty all-round performance from eUnited as well, no one in particular standing out.
Boosting the bomb train was a big call. They helped them up over that because of the 3 side smokes. Totally makes those useless. And Moose has been hitting all his shots. Very smart player.
Just have to win a pistol now.
It all starts with a pistol.
Le pistol.
Well then, eUnited appear to be on a pilgrimage towards the IV position. They will not be at the advantage in terms of range, although Relics has a P250, but he's towards main. All Glocks. Will they show the bomb and go elsewhere? Or is this a committed push? 2 SK players lying in wait, Bolts and Fallen. See Bolts looking for the information. Do wonder if he will go for the engagements or if he'll fall back. So you spot 2 players and doesn't seem much to go for straight away, but the double peek is attempted and these Glocks putting in work.
Yep, it's definitely quite hard to deal with this. They're charging in so fast, using the numbers swarming around and overwhelming the bomb site defense. And so he's trying to work it. He's still in position around now the DT Heaven, DT Sky. It's very distracting in this position. He knows that his position is partially just distraction. Keep players looking up as his teammates do the damage from below, but he's starting to do damage now as well as the peaks come in. And he's down to 4 HP, and he is just done. He had a good effort, but eUnited looking like they're going to take this. Bolt's single bullet from death. Oh, maybe he can do this. He's going for the full hole, but out he comes. Headshot, that's what he needs. Ace got him off the bomb, and I think Ace has done it. Doesn't even need to kill him, but he'll get him. Tagged in the arm. Ace will die for the cause, but he did his job. 8-8 as eUnited win the pistol.
2 pistols.
That's exactly what they needed. Against definitely a stronger team. All the advantages you can get, but now they have to suffer the double scout buy of SK Gaming. Fallen loves to be on a ladder with a scout. Got the aggression from Fur as well, but a very well-timed grenade will leave him with 2 HP. Cold Zero, the only man with Kevlar.
Oh, I'm surprised he doesn't continue with the push.
Guess he wants the engagement around this corner here, but 1 corner further, he might not have the range. Who knows? Can try and make the best of it elsewhere instead. Coldzera, Delaney off angle. He will hear the steps, but there will still be just the 2 players for SK. Nothing unusual about hearing a T above B.
See Relics trying to work some forward position and space on Ali now. And his teammates meanwhile clearing out the inner area or the upper area of B. So far some success has been found here. They're starting to accumulate in for the push, and Fur has got 2 HP. Gets 1 though. That's not a bad shout, but there's unfortunately not enough support here to follow up on that one, so that will be the round for eUnited. And the question really remains now as to whether they can get even more damage, any more kills on those SMGs perhaps. Yes, there we go, 1 more, spits a bit of money, chunks of money.
He knows that Fallen was in connector and he didn't have the time to come in from the position of the player he just killed, so eUnited can press on with confidence. Very nice bait there, and Relics will finish things off. People were saying after eUnited's matches yesterday, I was looking at the comments on the eUnited Liquid thread, and people were saying that they were really happy that Relics found stability with a good team, or what seems to be a good team, after, I mean, he's been bouncing around for quite a while. So, that is good. Always nice to have some stability, and that is eUnited back in the lead. Now with the, just a P250 on Fur and everybody else on the stock pistol, we'll see what eUnited can do. They look good on the anti-force buy round here on train, so Senti Eco round should be with little issue. Dazzle has found a lot of information pretty quickly indeed.
Just like that, Dapper gets 2 kills, lays on some suppressing fire, and then some literal fire, as Dazzle is going to make his way around CT spawn. So Easy does it.
Easy PZ.
Easy PZ. Lemon squeeze it.
You're one of a kind, Launders.
Thank you.
One of a kind.
Okay, the AWP is on Fallen. Who will be his victims? Will you be his victim, James?
Who's victim?
Fallen's victim.
I'm not a victim.
So it doesn't matter who then.
Exactly.
Okay.
Just wanted to entertain his theory, his thought processes.
I like it.
Just wanted to entertain for a while. Let me humor him, and then shut him down.
Give him the hope, and then take it away.
It's Fallen, AWP, no Kevlar. 5 and 13 so far. Perhaps he will have a better time on things here on the CT side. Aggressive grenade avoided by Fur. You never know how far Fur is going to go. Looks hungry to go further.
Oh boy.
Further.
Fervor. Fervor 21.
Shoot him, Dazzle. Shoot him. Can't you see him?
Shoot him back, Fur. This is scary. I mean,
All he sees is a barrel and a pallet on a shelf.
oh my god.
And the thing is, we've seen a lot of players who just know to spam the angle where Fur is standing.
Fur's actually just waiting for them to dip their feet down to see if they can bait him, so he's gonna get like way more damage. Oh, he's going close though. Oh my god, he actually got him still.
Yeah, he's still got 1. That's kind of nuts. Well played. 1 for 1 though. That will be exactly what eUnited will be happy with. I mean, they're fine with that. It actually seems like when the 2 guys drop down together, you actually see it go bad more than it goes well these days. So
Especially versus Fur.
yes, especially versus
Seems
Fur.
with the information they have that SK might be reading an A play, Cold Zero, and preparing himself for a flank. 15 seconds to go, and Fallen boosted on top of Connector is a problem. Grenades flying in, but now we have Cold coming up. The Pop Dog, I believe. Will the bomb go down? Just about. At least Dazzle 1 versus 3. Very quickly dispatched of the final players. So again, you can just see the minds whirring on the SK Gaming side as Cold Zero moved up the ladder and deeper towards upper B around that 30-second mark. There's a player spotted towards Ivy. It seemed that was the final clue for the Poirot players on SK. Lovely flick there, and then rifle support from Stewie now. That's round number 9 for SK, but eUnited are on the buy once more.
Fast play outside. Nades everywhere. Fur with a nice line, so it's Fallen. They will catch their first kills, and eUnited are unable to trade. Fur could burst out at any moment. It caused a lot of problems to end the round, but Relics and Ace actually doing some damage here. Ace with 2 quick kills off the AWP. Relics pushing Connector now, trying to chase down Stu, and he is the last man standing. If he wins this 1v1, he's on. And he does win it as well. Now there's over a minute to go. I don't know whether the bomb is known or not by Fur.
It should have come out.
Fur came out of Pop Dog earlier, so I don't know. It looks like it's deep inside main.
So he doesn't know.
I don't believe they necessarily know where the bomb is, unless someone else flanked from that position. But I'm assuming they did not.
He's playing it like he knows where the bomb is.
I think. Well, I think yeah, he pushed the blue train, so I think he might actually know. We'll see whether or not he does. He's got a molly too and a kit. He has a good read on this, I think. He's somewhat worried about his flank, but you can see that the lines he's covering outside are pretty good. Will the timing work out though? Ooh, if it just takes half a second longer, I think Relics passes, gets the bomb, and Fur has no idea.
That is the weird thing about patrolling. Like sometimes it is the best option, it feels like. But well, I don't even know.
Damn. If that kill went the other way, SK would be on eco.
Big round.
Look at the buy they get with the win bonus.
It also should have been a round that SK won a lot more cleanly though, which is the weird part. Like they had the first 3 kills almost immediately. Counter grenades were great. They killed the guy running up to hell. They opt him. Oh, Wonka ass. Oh, ho, ho, ho. That was nice.
There we go.
Damn.
Getting those wall bangs in there, that's what we're talking about. And United ready to burst onto B. A B burst! Will Stewie have the stomach to stop them? Or will he be disgusted by this and fold the defense? Stewie likes it hot, and the Molotov is dropped as he goes around the side of the bomb train, finds himself almost a second, denied though ultimately, as Dapper makes his way quickly forwards to take control of the position around the trains, the yard, and he'll be successful. Another round for eUnited. Do you believe? Do you believe? I believe, but do you believe?
Reset. AWP almost stolen at the end there, but these are dangerous waters for SK Gaming. Dangerous waters indeed. There is still a chance for recovery, but it seems the force buy will be the order of the day for the boys in blue and black. To scout the pistols, the UMP, mostly, well, all with Kevlar. The helmet's here, a helmet there. Is the helmet necessary at this point? Probably not. Could buy some smoke grenades instead.
True.
Good buy for you will be remembered. eUnited in a good position right now. Dapper will try to test the waters here, spot some feats. That's some good info. That's one of the 4 players now known. Fallen will reposition. And that's smart, because otherwise they could easily deal with him. Now he can be a bit more of a troublemaker. Bolt's challenging with the long-range deagle. That's what you want to do.
His teammate.
Oops.
Young Stewie.
Stu.
Still thinks he's on C9. I kill this guy.
45 seconds for United. They start to re-enter the main area. That smoke will not be the worst thing for them. They can make their way over, but it's hard for them to split fall into position, but they are far better equipped. Stewie has much to do here, but he won't be able to do it. We've got some mad fraggers on the United. That is really important versus the likes of SK Gaming. coldzera and Bolt at opposite ends. Surely a question of damage unless some deagle shots come through. coldzera waiting for distraction to be run. If Bolt gets a kill, he probably drops afterwards. But if Bolt gets nothing, he may need to drop anyway. Although with 1500 being carried by Colds, who knows how far he goes. So here are the shots, and Cold has not committed. Can I hold on to what he has for the rounds to come? That's round number 12 for eUnited. 13 looking pretty likely as well. Then the margin for error will be very small for SK Gaming.
You would think after all these good teams that United have played, they've probably got some easier games coming up as well. Might be realistic to think about them having like a, I don't want to get ahead of myself, but like a really good record in the season. If they power through Liquid and actually take a map off SK.
Pistols, pistols, pistols. We should get a new pistol.
Don't say that ever
Yeah?
again.
Let's get the CZ 2.0.
I just want to be able to throw knives, actually. That's actually what I want. I want throwing knives, like in Soldier Fortune 2.
Why don't you play Soldier of Fortune 2 then?
Because no one else plays it, because that game is...
Yeah, well, I want that
super
knife
old.
that you just like eject. That looks like a knife. And James Bond.
I wanna throw it, man. I don't want any of the weird gadgetry.
Oh, no shooting knives.
Throwing knives. Knives for strong men.
It's gonna do like 20 damage.
SK are chilling, and United just taking their time about this. It's funny to me sometimes just seeing the animation of when someone just like puts their hands over their eyes, like, oh god, I can't see. Still cracks me up sometimes, that animation. And that animation, how long has that been in the game now? For like 2 years? A year and a half? 2 years?
I would say 2+.
2+?
But I have a bad memory.
A while.
That's a safe answer.
Well,
yeah,
could be a week
relative,
or
can't
All
call
right,
that.
United. I do worry about the clock at this point. That said, Relix is halfway through A, but he's on his own, and I think you don't want to be pushing a site with 5 people alive on your opposing side, no matter what they have. So the Ivy area, I presume, has been cleared out, and the bomb will go down. Especially against a team like SK. See, nobody watching the pop dog area. All 5 alive, no excuses. Relix hunting. Suddenly 3 players are dead, but with the USPs, how far do you need to hunt? No one dropping for United. Marvelous stuff. Now, it is crunch time. No snipers for SK. Does that put them in positions close to main, close to pop? What is the SK play in this round? No scouts. Just the M4s. All M4A4s, of course.
What kind of spawn does Fur have? He's the first option I would say is always, send him ladder if he has a spawn. If not, I wouldn't worry about it. So you get worried about flashes out of Econ. I think it's fast. It's going right to the E-box. This actually works for him.
Okay, the battle has begun. Dazzle all the way next to Ivy. Now he can take the Ivy position, but they still need to deal with Fur, who is around E-box before that bomb can go down. Cold Zero moving to the high ground. That's Arsenal T's. Cold Zero wins that job, but he gets traded. Fur is still undetected. Gets the first one. Where are the remainder? Ooh, that's Moose with the bomb. Moose not tagged yet, but he's got to be very careful now. He knows where Fur is, between blue and brown. Does he give him the 1 versus 1? Works out for them. This spells disaster for SK.
Wow, that's the round right there. That is the round. Now, Fur played his spot properly, but somebody that hell died right away. I think it was Bolt. And even Fallen got killed by Dazzle. Wrapped all the way around hell, got 3 frags. Very important kills. That's the key position. The guy who goes Olaf to wrap hell compromises all your spots outside if you don't go Ivy. That's your man. Mr. Loafman.
The loaf man.
The breadwinner.
Man of loaves.
Schleisch.
The loaf man. They've been very meticulous on this eco now. If they take as much time as they did on the USP rounds versus the likes of the CZ, then things could go very wrong for them, and that's not the best of starts. Bolt's collecting an AK-47. He does manage to escape with it as well, and Moose is almost gone. So now we have crisis management situation for eUnited. You've lost a man on the anti-force buy, and you've given up an AK, and one of your players has 10 HP. What do? But he's capable of picking up the AWP if he can get to ace instead, switching the roles around there. But at this point, do you even favor SK Gaming?
I want to see a fake. I want to see an outside fake into B-Rush. I just want to see. And then one of the reasons I like that is also because on train, it's an easy rotation time, and there's like SK know that they have a man advantage, but they're still on struggling here because their guns aren't great, their utility's not great. They're going to be fast to rotate. But it will be the distraction play into B. Doesn't work. Every 1v1 lost by eUnited players here. And oh my god, this is a disaster. Look at all these guns that can be collected here. 3 AKs picked up. Disaster, disaster.
I don't think Fallen got a gun. Fallen like dropped his scout and didn't pick up the other gun.
Loads of money for eUnited though. James, have you ever baked your own bread? Speaking of loaf man.
I don't think so.
My mum used to do it. She would bake it in the morning, and at 6 AM you'd wake up to the smell of it, and it smells amazing. Nothing smells as good as freshly baked bread.
Well, in France, we would go to a bakery every morning to buy fresh bread.
So good.
Well, this is a true test for eUnited. They've given SK a way into this game. They've given them a way into 2 AWPs, and if eUnited loses rounds, You do wonder. Only 2 of their players have money at this point. But there we go, a trade in frags. 4 on 4. What do you do, eUnited? Fur is looking for information. Is anybody in main? May have a read that there's a fair chance the answer is no. But there is, of course, I was going to say an hour on the clock. A minute on the clock.
The most painful train game of all time. Each round is an hour.
That's actually hell.
That's my idea of hell. Now let's see what they can do here. These eUnited guys, 4v4, it's a decent spot to be in for the T's. But equally, again, train. So you can see the setup for SK Gaming. It's a 4-man setup, 3 towards the bomb train, very fast rotation towards B. You can see they're sort of operating on a line here, and the B player, Bianca, Stu, is able to just hold position and buy time for rotation.
Stewie doesn't have utility for this hold, so it's a lot worse for him. That Molotov he throws is extremely important for him to make a play. So the support's here though from coldzera. So everyone pushes through right into the crosshairs of Stewie. 2 headshots instantly. Bomb's going down, but it's just Ace all alone. He gets it off, however. It's going to be important for United's economy.
Speaking of economy, though, that round gives SK another bye should they lose an upcoming round. So this is very interesting indeed. Very, very interesting. So close and yet so far.
Somehow those flashes didn't bind coldzera. Don't know if they were too far or maybe there was the lip of the platform. I'm not even sure how he blocked him, but he was able to see that whole time.
If the United lose this round, they're looking at a 14-14 scoreline because it will put them on an eco. 2 snipers continue for SK, of course, only losing 1 man in the previous round. You have to wonder if United feel like their best chances to win this have gone, and maybe they have, but they can still win this.
Don't. Bolts needs to not die here. He's died here like 3 times on their rifle rounds, and that's just critical.
Yeah, it's like the one job is don't die.
Don't die.
It's one of the hardest, if not hardest, positions to play alone. CT side. Because of that reason, you don't want to die, but you have to get information. You have to slow them down. So it's very hard to work that spot. SK have had some good solutions to it in the past, but it used to be a cold and fallen setup. Fallen playing green train with the AWP, and cold would be rifling alley. When they back in the old days when they were incredibly just so unstoppable here on the CT side. But now it's time for United to make their way in. Fallen getting caught there, doesn't go down, but Dazzle will give further fall though. Too many calories. And now Bolts is going to also feel the wrath. And they are getting wiped out here. United with a very strong push.
coldzera spots the player going up the ladder, tries to take down the bomb planter instead. Can't make it there, but again, they've got another buy in the hole now, SK, because of the success they've had in the recent rounds. Won't be amazing, but it didn't need to be amazing to get this far in the first place.
That was like a small, big mistake falling out of the boost in C, getting fallen killed, took the initial damage. He could have off there over the smokes. That was enormous. And then we didn't see how Fur died, but he also had the very important position of playing close mid versus an A exec. They straight up out-dueled him.
It's pretty cool as well. United don't have any players who are negative on the kill death, which is quite cool.
I like the change of pace. They know the force buy is in, and this is quite a way to start things off. 2 players remain. Fallen as the scout bolts with the M4. Moose catches Fallen switching weapons, which leaves it 1 versus 4 now for bolts. And there it is. That's the first one down. eUnited, these are very important games for both.